Welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa. I'm here to guide you through yoga. We will practice together for 45 minutes today. As we go through class, just a reminder to listen to your body. If any of the stretches that we work with do not work for your body, please skip them. You can come on out and you can modify. For today's practice, you'll want to have a mat to practice on. We'll be doing a variety of seated, standing, and reclining stretches. So if you need to adjust your screen, please do so. And today's practice will be a wonderful practice for the full body. So we'll take time to relax the mind and the body. We'll work on increasing flexibility, mobility, and strength throughout the body. To begin, we'll find a comfortable seated position. If it works for you, please cross your legs, but if a different style of sitting works for you, please sit in that way. If it feels comfortable, we can close the eyes down. We'll just start to drop into the body, into the breath, into the present moment. We'll gently become aware of where the body meets the ground. On your in breath, see if you can lengthen your spine a little bit more. Drop into your breathing. Try to deepen inhale and exhale. We'll aim for that inhale through nose and exhale through nose. If you'd like, you can set an intention for class today. Intention may be to take this time to relax, to give back to yourself. Maybe you're holding on to tension and wanting to let that go with breath and with movement. Gently draw your right hand to your left knee or anywhere on the leg that works for you. Left hand begins to sweep up over. Reach for the right side of the head. As you exhale, melt left ear to left shoulder. And then not trying to move with force here, just that nice gentle suggestion of the ear to the shoulder. Coming up out of the stretch, we'll gaze to the left underarm and take the gaze down towards the ground. And then gently encourage the head into a neck stretch here. Just a little different variation. As you exhale, we'll release the stretch, realign through the back of the neck. Left hand to your right knee, arms will be crossed. Exhale, float chin to chest and round your back body here. See if you can relax through the head, let your head just hang heavy here. Relax all of those little muscles in the back of the neck. The left hand will stay where it is. We'll realign the back of the neck. Right hand sweeps up and over. Take that nice full breath here to lengthen. And then as you exhale, draw right ear to right shoulder. And we all experience each stretch so differently. So just notice in your own body where you feel that stretch and what that feels like. Let's come up out of the stretch slightly. We'll gaze to the right underarm and then gaze down towards the ground for a little bit more stretch here. And then we will release. Neck realigns. Let's float that right hand to the left knee. Arms are crossed. Chin to chest. Let's round the back. Imagine you could create a bit of space between the shoulder blades with each exhalation. And then we'll sweep the arms out to the sides of the room. Big breath here. Hands reach up, stretch up. And then as you exhale, we'll float the hands to the heart. Meeting in a tabletop position, you can roll over your ankles or sweep your feet to the right or to the left. As you come to tabletop, we'll have our knees in line with our hips. Let's take our wrists in line with the shoulders. The right leg will extend behind you. Have your toes on the ground to start. Gentle rock back and forth to open up your calf and your hamstring. Let's engage our core. Let your tailbone tuck. Let your navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. We'll begin to press back for a moment. So we'll have our right leg straight and we'll press out through the heel and the back of the knee. Lift your heel in line with your hip. You can roll your right hip down. Try to even off through the low back and through the hip. Left hand can sweep out in front. Let's float through 5 crunches. As you exhale, knee elbow touch. Inhale for length. Exhale to round. 3 breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. We'll take ourselves back into our balancing tabletop. Feel free to stay here. Hand can come down and knee can come down. If you'd like to try for a bind, you could sweep your hand back for your foot. And then we'll begin to kick the foot into the hand for a little bit of a back bend and a little bit of a heart opener here. And release. Let's float the hand down. We'll take our knee down. Gently lower your stomach and lift up through the heart. Glide your ribs to the right. Take your ribs up towards the sky. Ribs to the left and lower. We'll smooth those movements out. So barrel rolls through the spine. Really aiming for that flexibility and mobility through the vertebrae. Reverse. We'll lower stomach. We'll lift the heart. Slide the ribs to the left. Take the ribs to sky. Ribs to right. And lower. We'll smooth those rotations out 2 more times here. Neutral spine. Let's extend the left leg behind, toes on the ground to start. Opportunity to press back and forth. Allow for the hips to feel even here. So it's easy for that left hip to lift up. So we'll just gently draw that hip down slightly, evening through the low back, evening through the hips. Pressing back, press through heel, back of knee, leg is straight. Heel in line with hip, lift it up, roll the hip down, activation. Right arm stretches out in front. Let's go for 5 crunches. So your inhale allows you to create length. Your exhale allows for contraction, compression. Reset to balancing table. You can always take it down into table, maybe hand for foot, come into a bind here. And then if you are working with the bind, sensation of kicking foot to hand, open chest and open heart. Let's release. We'll float the hand down and knee down. Moving on to your elbows, setting up for a dolphin pose here. Reach for opposite arms, hands out in front, fingers interlock, palms touch, or pressing hands into the mat. Toes curl under, hips to the sky. Finding your way to dolphin pose. And feel free to create a little bit of movement in dolphin if you would like. You can always bend one knee and bend the other knee. Maybe relax and shake the head yes. And relax and shake the head no. As you come into stillness here, if you'd like a little more stretch, you could walk your toes towards your face. A little less stretch, you'll walk your toes away from the face. Let's take that right leg up towards the sky. We'll come to a 3-limbed dolphin pose. Reset yourself to dolphin. Left leg lifts when you are ready. Feel that nice connection of the forearms into the ground. Lift from the shoulders. Reset to dolphin. Knees will lower. Hips to heels. Let's take it to a child's pose as you exhale here. And as you set up in child's pose, maybe the knees together to help stretch your low back. If you're looking for a leg stretch, you can take your big toes to touch, knees apart. Letting the eyes close. Just letting your body melt here. As you exhale, lifting to a down dog. Toes curl under, hips lift up, and we will shake it out a little bit in the downward facing dog. Bend one knee and bend the other knee. Maybe relax, shake your head yes, and relax and shake your head no. As you come to stillness, let's bring our right leg up to the sky. We'll come to a 3-limbed dog. Right knee to right tricep. Let's do a little tap, float through. We'll bring it to 3-limbed dog. Let's take knee to nose, round crunch. We'll float it up and back. Right knee to left tricep, cross it over. Up and back. Step through, we'll bring it to runner's lunge. Opportunity to bend and straighten your front leg. Now, if this stretch is feeling a little bit much, feel free to lower your left knee down to the ground for support. As you bend into the right knee, just be mindful that Your knee and your ankle are stacked in the same line. We just don't want our knee to come too far forward here. Let's begin to come forward. We're transition to standing split. So lifting that left leg up when you're ready. See if you can relax through your head. We have so many little muscles. They work so hard to hold the head up. So letting your head relax and release with your exhale. Transition to a runner's lunge. Straighten the right leg. Let's fold over. Coming into runner's stretch. Now both of the legs are straight. You can gently pull that right hip crease back a little bit. Left hip crease comes forward to help balance off the hips and the low back here. Bend into the right knee. Left leg lifts up, back into standing splits. 3 crunches here. We'll float knee into the nose. Let's round, crunch. Send the leg up and back. Exhale, round. Up and back. One more time here. Let's take ourselves back to runner's lunge. Right hand to the sky for runner's twist. As you twist, feel the shoulders stack and feel the shoulders open. Right hand lowers down, left leg lifts up, standing splits. We'll take our left knee to the outside of your right leg. So we're going to work with a little curtsy squat. And then send it back, standing splits. Exhale, curtsy squat. Send it up. One more time. Warrior one, left foot back, left heel lowers, and hands will reach to the sky. Let's connect back to our breathing, aiming for a nice deep diaphragmatic breath. So we'll breathe to our stomach, we'll breathe to our ribs, and we'll breathe to the chest. And then release from the chest, the ribs, the stomach. As you exhale, straighten the front leg. We'll take arms alongside body, palms face forward. Back to warrior one. And then exhale, arms relax, leg will straighten. Inhale. Nice. Let's go 3 more times with your breath. And reset. Let's take ourselves back to warrior one. Bringing your hands down to the ground. Transition to runner's lunge. Step yourself back into plank. Take your high push-up pose. Lower down to the mat. Reverse push-up. We'll take up dog here. Breathe into your low back bend. Press back to down dog as you exhale. Left leg to the sky. Let's take it to our 3-limbed dog. Left knee, left elbow. 3-limbed dog. Let's bring knee to nose. Send it up and back. Left knee to right tricep. Cross it over. Up and back. Big step through. Runner's lunge. Opportunity here to bend and straighten your front leg. So modifying if needed, right knee comes down to the mat for support. Flow with the breath. Exhalation, leg will straighten. Inhalation, knee will bend. Let's take an opportunity here to straighten the front leg. And then as we bend into the left knee, we'll transition to our standing splits pose. Feel free to play with the weight in that right or in that left foot. You can press your weight forward, back, to the right, or to the left. We'll transition to runner's lunge. Straighten your front leg. Fold yourself over. For more stretch, you can bring more weight into the left foot, just helping to lift the left hip up and to help balance the hips and the low back. Return to standing splits. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Flow with the breath here. Reset yourself to runner's lunge. Left hand to sky, runner's twist. Try not to forget about the back leg. Find that activation through back of knee and through the heel. Left hand lowers, right leg lifts, standing splits. Curtsy squats. Let's take that right knee to the outside of the left leg. Little tap, little squat. Reset. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Warrior one. Right foot back. Heel grounds down. Hands reach up. Shoulders gently relax them away from your ears. We'll create a bit of space between ears and shoulders. And feel the shoulder blades move down your back body. Straighten the front leg, arms float along the body. Reset. Exhale, straighten. Let's go 3 more times with your breath. If you'd like to make this easier, you can shorten your stance. Maybe don't bend as deep into the knee. To invite more challenge, more space between front foot and back foot, bend deeper to the front knee. Let's bring it back to warrior one. Hands lower down, runner's lunge, plank, high push-up pose. Lower down, chaturanga. We'll bring it to up dog here. So we'll breathe into that nice mid-back bend. Press back through to down dog. Exhale. Bring yourself into plank. Let's take a high push-up pose here. Right hand to the sky for side plank. Now, as you work with side plank, if you'd like a modification, left leg can lower down to the ground for kickstand support. For our full side plank, you can either stack the insides of your feet, or you can stagger your feet. Try to feel the top hip lift up and feel your top hand reach up as well. Reset yourself to plank. Exhale for down dog. Right leg reaches up. 3-limbed dog. Step through. Let's rise to a crescent warrior. For crescent warrior, you'll be right on the toes of the left foot. Left heel's lifted. Press firmly through heel and the back of the knee. Twist to the right. Arms will float out to a T-twist. Shoulders over hips. Hands reach forward, hands reach back. Back hand to the back leg for reverse variation. Front hand scoops up and back. Let the hips and the shoulders square forward here. We'll slowly unwind the pose to a warrior two position. In warrior two, shoulders are over hips. Hands reach forward and hands reach back. Let's work on straightening the front leg, relaxing through the arms. Right toes turn in so they line up with your left toes. Then we'll take our toes out, heels in, bending through your knees. Arms float up to a goddess pose. Give a tuck of the tailbone. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. Let's take left elbow, left knee for tap. Reset, goddess. Right to right. Reset. Let's go 2 times to the left, 2 times to the right. And then tucking through your low back. So we don't want to stick our butt out. We don't want to arch the low back. So nice engagement of the core. Back to goddess. Straighten through the legs. Hands to the sky. 5 pointed star. Hips go forward. Heart will open. Shoulders relax back and down. Coming up to neutral engagement through core. Turn your toes in. Hinge at hips, and let's dive down to our wide-legged folds. Allow for movement here. Maybe bend one knee, then the other. Head relaxes, yes. Head relaxes, no. As you find stillness, walk your hands out in front. We'll bring ourselves to down dog with the legs wide. Try to bring the weight back into your heels. Toes are light. Almost to feeling like the toes could just lift from the ground. We'll walk our hands under the body and then draw yourself into a fold that's a little deeper. Roll the weight forward to your toes. Let your heels be light. Breathe into the stretch through the backs of your legs. Reset yourself back into folds. Walk your hands to frame your front foot. Transition to runner's lunge. Find your way back to plank. High push-up pose. As you take plank, lower down chaturanga. Up dog. Let's breathe into the upper back bend. Down dog, exhale. Working with our side plank. Let's bring it forward into plank. Left hand rises up for side plank. Bottom leg can lower for a little less. Stack your feet or stagger the feet. Try to feel your top hip reach to sky and top hand reaches up as well. Reset to plank. Exhale, down dog. Left leg floats up. Step yourself through. Crescent warrior, rise up. Connect with your breath. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. On your exhale, take your twist. Off towards the left, nice T-twist. Our revolved crescent warrior. Shoulders stacking through hips. Hands in line with shoulders. Stay here, maybe back hand to back leg, front hand scoops up and back, reverse option here. We'll slowly unwind the pose. Warrior two position. In warrior two, nice activation through the feet. The feet won't actually move, but imagine you could pull your feet in towards the center of the mat. Let's relax through the arms and through that front leg. We'll turn the left toes in. So toes line up, heels line up. Toes turn out, heels shift in. Bend through your knees. Arms float up, goddess. Tuck of the tailbone here. We'll try for twist crunches, left elbow to right knee. Reset, goddess. Exhale, right to left. Let's take it 2 times to the right and to the left. Stay with your breath. Inhale through nose. Exhale through nose. Reset yourself back to goddess pose. Straighten through the legs, hands to the sky, hips float forward, heart will open, back bend here. Up to neutral, toes turn in slightly, so toes in line with your toes and heels in line with the heels. Let's float it down on the exhalation. Right hand in front of your face, left hand to the sky, take a twist. Maybe bring more weight into your right foot to allow for your hips to be even here. Left hand lowers, right hand lifts, twist, other side. A little bit of extra weight into the left foot. And release. Let's begin to walk our hands to frame the front foot. Transitioning to your runner's lunge at the top of your mat. We'll work with a variation of standing splits to a seated twist. So right leg will reach up towards the sky. And then begin to take your right foot to the left side of your mat. You'll want to create some distance here between the feet. So the wider the feet, the better. You'll also want to create a diagonal. Move on to the top of your right foot. As you bend into your knees, have your right knee on the outside of your left foot. Right hand will guide you down. So if this transition does not work for you, please skip it. Feel free to press down so that you feel grounded evenly in right side and left side of the body. And right leg can always straighten out in front of you for a half twist. Hand sweep up. We'll release to right on exhale for your seated spinal twist. Open twist here. Try to breathe into the twist for your low back, mid back, upper back. Reset to center, hands to the sky, and twist left. Breathe into twist for your stomach, ribs, and chest. Back to center. Inhale, hands sweep up. Hands to heart. Exhale. We'll transition out the same way we came in. So hands will move towards the top of your space. Press firmly into your hands and into your left foot and take your right leg to the sky. Right foot meets your left foot in your fold. Left leg lifts when you're ready. Left foot to the right. We'll create the diagonal. The more space between the feet, the better. Roll onto the top of your left foot, bend into the knee. So left knee is on the outside of your right foot. Space to sit down on your left so that left hand will guide you down. Press down through the hands to get even in your hips. Straighten your left leg if needed. We'll take hands to sky. Big breath here. Open twist to the left on your exhale. Try to feel your left shoulder roll back and the right shoulder draw forward. Reset to center, hands sweep up, twist to the right on exhale. You can have your left arm hook on that leg for more stretch. You could draw the arm in front of the knee. Shoulders gently relax away from the ears. Let's slowly unwind the pose. Hands to sky, big inhale here. Hands to heart. To release on this side, legs will extend out in front of you. And you'll give your legs a little bit of a shake out for a reset. Let's take an opportunity here to make your way down onto your back body. Moving into a hip stretch and a leg stretch. Cross your right leg over. So we're not working with the figure for reclining pigeon pose. It's a little bit different. So you'll just cross your leg over and option to stay right where you're at. Feel free to lift the legs up. You could reach for your right knee or your left knee. You can also take the arms along the legs and then reach for the opposite foot. So right hand for left foot and left hand for right foot. You can pull the legs into the body. Maybe take some time here just to drop in to connect with your body and your breath. Maybe a little gentle scan of the body. Noticing where you're holding on to tension. And then letting that tension go as you exhale here. Unwrap your leg wrap there. We'll reach for the feet, taking a happy baby stretch. Flex your feet. Reach through your heels. A little rock to the right and to the left. We'll bring the opposite leg on top this time. And then deciding if you'd like to reach for the knee, maybe hand for opposite foot. Using a bit of that arm strength to really pull the legs into the body. You can close the eyes. Breathe into the stomach. Really aiming for those nice, deep diaphragmatic breaths, so soothing to the nervous system. You may also notice the stretch feels different one side to the next side. Just becoming aware of your body's natural tendencies and movement patterns. And then we will release. Put the hands onto the knees. Take your knees away from one another for a big circle. We'll scoop the knees back to center. We'll open the knees, big circle out. Bring it in. One more time here. And reverse. We'll flow other direction. Moving into relaxation time from here, we'll come into Shavasana. If you'd like to take any final stretches or final movements, please do so. Shavasana is a wonderful time to bring our practice together into completion. As you settle in, can reach for any props to help you feel more comfortable here. Find a shape in the body that feels comfortable as well. Come in. Invite gentle awareness, deepening breath, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Roll to your side. We'll come to a fetal position here. Make your way up to seated. And then as you come to a seated position, hands relaxing on the knees or hands into heart in prayer. Take a moment to just notice, to become aware of how you feel. Feel your mind relax, calm at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. Feeling the unity and connection of the mind, body, together as one. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you for joining today. I hope that you enjoyed the practice. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave it in the chat for me. I look forward to being back with you on Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern Time for 30 minutes of Pilates. I'm also here on Mondays a little earlier, 3:30 Eastern Time, mindful stretch for 15 minutes of mindful stretching. Have a beautiful day today, and I'll see you next class.